Hi and welcome to another War Bunker video. Today I'm very pleased to say that this is a project that's finally seen fruition. It's a giant Dark Eldar force. We bought it back in 2012 or 2013, we can't be sure, and it was half finished at the time.
But it's only taken him this long to finally get around to painting it.
Yep.
So it's not been a top priority.
Well, it's done. There are, and to be honest, there's been some huge lessons. There's over 100 figures. There's 9 raiders or ravagers. 6
Bikes.
Six jet bikes. This I'm particularly proud of. It is it's a broken raider. So I turned it into a Viper, I think it looks really quite cool and smart. But yeah, it was originally half done, and we bought some extra things to add to it. And it does look amazing. But there's some thinking. We've had some thinking as well as we've gone along. We seem to end up always collecting armies about this size, don't we? Mm. Probably a bit too heavy, too large. The Games Workshop are doing some great box sets at the minute. They only involve about 13 figures, and they were enough to actually get started. And although giant-sized armies can be a lot of fun, talking around the Wellington Warlords Club, a lot of people have kind of fell out of love a little bit with Warhammer 40,000 at this kind of scale, saying actually where the most fun to have is more at the 750 points and 1,000 points, where you're dealing with a small army. You're not quite, as you can see, this is, if you look at this whole table, this thing is like half the table. If we were to pitch this whole army, or even a half of it, it would pretty much take half the table, and there'd be another half of the table. And as we found with giant games, you just kind of throw each other. It's a very long turn 1, and turn 2 tends to be a bit easier because hopefully you've eradicated some things. Yeah. But when we've been playing some sample bolt action games, and that often only involves up to 30 figures, and yet can have quite a lot of flavouring character to it, really.
Yeah.
So it does make us kind of think of embracing smaller games, and using more of the table, I guess. But I'm really excited to get a game in with these. I finished with just a couple of hours to spare of the weekend, so we didn't really have time to fit a game in. But I'm really pleased with it. I'll just show you through some of it. A little bit of improvisation on weapons and things. All the models are playable. That's obviously could do with having a gunner. We ran out of gunners. Some have got gunners, some don't. And all of them could do with a little bit of extra work on the figure detail. There's these kind of figures, which is the original guy we bought them from did, and he did a fantastic job of. But then, of course, we had to take it into to our local Games Workshop to kind of reverse engineer the colour scheme because he'd forgotten how he painted them. So this is my attempt at it. Mine's a bit too dark. For some reason I like to paint in darkness. Dark shadows, lines. And they managed to do quite a lighter colour scheme, if I show you again. So it was hellish to replicate. And I've been doing this for so long, I actually noticed that I haven't even been terribly consistent on the colour scheme. And there would be a good case to actually kind of revisit some of the models and improve a little bit as I go along. Try and touch them up, a little bit of work here and there. But for now, most importantly, we've got a army that we can play with. As you've probably seen from previous videos, we're terrible at, we will assemble an army like this. We won't actually start playing until it's absolutely ready. So,
yeah.
with luck, we'll get that done. Anyway, that is the Dark Eldar. Just take you through a bit of it. stay tuned. We're going to be putting some unboxings up in the next few days. And have fun.
Goodbye.